An entrepreneur. You turned up on Wednesday, yes, outside the still smouldering block, and you were one of those people, perhaps the most important person, who organised immediate help when apparently the council were doing very, very little. Can I ask you now, the Prime Minister said yesterday, criticised the council for not doing enough, said she was going to take charge. Is the help currently being provided that the victims of this appalling event desperately need?
No, in a word. And I mean, just to clarify, I've been based at the Westway and helping to coordinate with a whole team of brilliant people.
And you found the Westway, didn't you?
I went to the Westway because I was being told that's where donations were being accepted, and when I got there was no one organising those donations. Everybody was kind of standing around wanting to help, and I'm just a bossy, organised person, so I kind of stepped in and went, right, let's set this place up and make it work and function.
And you got the beds in?
And we got the beds in, and we got a system going whereby anyone that came in and needed help could get food, could get clothes. There were people organising the clothes in sizes and sexes, and we had prayer areas for people to go to.
But what's happening now? You've been there presumably last night, so I don't know if you've been there this morning.
I haven't been there this morning.
How was it
yesterday,
last night?
The only council presence is at the Westway.
And what are they doing there?
They're sending 3 sort of execs that come in every day. The problem is that every day there are 3 different execs. So as you can imagine, you have a day with them, you try and hand over, you try and explain how the system is working. Those people leave, you get new people coming in the next day who don't know anything. They're coming in from Ealing, from Kensington and Chelsea, from Hammersmith and Fulham. They don't know the area. They're on the phone trying to help. Outside of the Westway, there are 10 or 15 other brilliant centres that are running on their own. They have
by volunteers again?
By volunteers.
So not by the council?
None of them have been visited by the council. None of them are in communication with the council. There is absolutely no help. We're trying desperately to get money to the victims.
So has any official money got to the victims yet?
Kensington and Chelsea are giving £10 to the survivors when they go to hotels.
A tenner?
A tenner. There is money pouring in from all these amazing volunteers. We can't get access to the money, and we can't...
Why can't you get access to the money from the volunteers?
Because no one's telling us where it is. We, as people...
So money's been given by very generous people, and it's not yet getting through to the victims?
No, and, you know, victims were going to hotels, arriving at hotels, with no one from the council to greet them, to check them in, to look after them, to give them clothes and food. Volunteers are now going to hotels with food packages, with cash that they're trying to find, because they have nothing. It's a disaster, and what I really want to just say to anyone in authority that's listening out there is that we as a community are exhausted and broken. We are not experts. We don't know what we're doing. We're trying our best to make it work. We need people to come and help us, and we need them now.
Will you be going back today?
Yes, I will. What we did as volunteers is we handed over to the council officially on Thursday night. So I'm now I've stepped back and I'm trying to get them to run it, but because they're not running it very well, I'm just sort of going in to see if I can do anything to help.
David, Sarah, how shocked are you by what you've just heard?
Just beyond disgusted. You know, when you think that people have given money to the Kensington appeal in the expectation that that would be used rapidly to give direct help, to hear that people are just being given £10, I am just appalled to hear that.
David?
I met people yesterday who had been given that £10. They have lost everything. Why are we behaving like this is Victorian England, where charity steps in, people step in, but we don't have local government able to coordinate? And let me say, we know how to do this. We did it after the riots. We do it after floods. So you've got to ask why these people in Kensington and Chelsea are not getting it. What's different to them than exists in the rest of the country? It's an outrage. It's a scandal. It's appalling.
David, thank you, and thank you so much, Nisha. I imagine, like me, you're pretty shocked by what we've just been hearing. Don't go away, because after the break I'll be putting some of this to the Chancellor, Philip Hammond.